What's going on, guys? I wanted to do an update to the video I did talking about guns with history. Obviously, a lot of people liked it. Some people didn't like it. The first thing I want to really say that I should have said in the video is that, I've never been against people having an opinion. Okay, and there's lots of people out there who just don't believe in guns. They don't like them. They don't think they should exist. And my goal is never to make you think differently. Honestly, me poking fun at the other video and making the points that I did was me just basically, expressing myself. Those are my feelings. My feelings aren't the end all. Okay, it doesn't mean I'm necessarily right either. They're just my feelings. What makes this entire world great is the diversity. If everyone thought the same and did the same thing, we would have a boring life. So anyway, I want to make a couple more points, basically like an update or an added video to my first one. After revisiting it and watching it a couple more times, noticing things, reading articles, of course it's all the buzz right now, so everyone's talking about it. I learned a couple things and I wanted to share with you guys, plus I have more opinions I want to elaborate on. First, let's start off with freedom of speech. I think that it's a fair assessment to say that both sides of this argument about gun control, whether you're anti-gun or pro-gun, doesn't matter. Both sides constantly talk about the freedom of speech to express their opinions. This video, there's a lot of time and money spent for their freedom of speech. They're pushing their freedom of speech. They're pushing this message onto the public. From what I understand, when this video first hit YouTube, their comment section was open, but they got flooded, completely inundated with people who were disagreeing with them. And they didn't like that very much. So what they did was the opposite of what they're fighting for, really, is freedom of speech to express their opinion. They put this message out there, but then as soon as people disagree with it, they silenced everyone, okay? And they wouldn't allow those people their right of freedom of speech. But, they have a YouTube channel. They have the right to do that. So be it. But I did want to point that out because these are the very people who are constantly talking about freedom of speech and stuff. And they took that away from all the viewers of that video. Besides that, if you guys don't know by now, all the firearms that are in the store were, in fact, movie props. It's not a assumption. The people who put this video out, the organization admitted that it was all props. They hired actor. Now, I'm going to say this very carefully. They hired an actor. I don't know if the customers are actors yet. That information wasn't put out there. I really hope they were actors, and I'll tell you why in a second. But it has been confirmed that the guy who worked there, the gun store employee, the guy behind the counter, was in fact a paid actor. But here's what blows my mind. He wasn't just any old random guy. His name is Ned Luke. He's an actor and director, most known for his involvement with Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm going to say that again. The guy in the commercial that's very anti-gun, it was very involved with one of the most violent games on the planet, okay, which involves tons and tons of guns, where people get a lot of enjoyment in speeding around a fictional town, punching old ladies in the face, and shooting people in the back of the head. All right, so I love Grand Theft Auto 5. I love the violence in that game because it's a fantasy land, You can't be violent in real life. So if you have a bad day, you can hop online and fake be violent. You know what I mean? But I just find it really, really strange to have chosen that person to portray this guy sending this message. That blows my mind. That doesn't make any sense at all to me. I'm not even going to elaborate on it. I feel like I want to give you an analogy, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's completely unnecessary to give an analogy. I'll end there with that point. So yeah, weird decision to hire that guy to be the actor. And by the way, this information, again, not an assumption. He tweeted on his Twitter page, and I'll quote him exactly. And this person, again, is Ned Luke. You can look this up yourself if you want. Let's be clear here. This was a job I was hired to do, like any gig I get. I submerge myself into the role completely. It's called acting. My political views are my own, and I keep them private. Hopefully no one thinks that because I play a bad guy in my work, that's how I roll in real life. If you do, you're not very well informed as to what makes me tick. If my performance in the PSA gets you fired up or touched you in a positive way or even a negative way, then that's good. It means I did my job. And then he wrote, enjoy the conversation, keep it up, but if you're a douchebag, and he's going to kick you off or block you from Twitter or whatever. All right, so basically he first posted a a tweet that said "My new gun safety PSA," and he linked to that video. So then when people realized, hey, that's the guy behind the counter, they put two and two together and they started writing all this stuff, and that's when he officially wrote what I just read to you. So yeah, just a strange decision to hire that guy of all people. You know, he may have been doing a great job acting, and like I said, I mean, it's a paying gig. If I was an actor, you know, I might be a little more selective, but I'm not going to criticize him for that. Whatever, he was just doing his job, went to work. That's it. No. And as he said in his tweet, it has no reflection on his personal political views. He may be completely for guns. Who knows? But man's got to put food on the table. So anyway, besides that, I wanted to point out the fact that the entire shop had fake guns in it. I don't know if I already mentioned that or not, but they are movie props. What was a little annoying, and some people point out, is that, for example, like the Uzi, not only are they not the guns that were used in mass shootings, the actual guns, that doesn't matter all that much to me, but specifically like the Uzi, I can't think of one mass shooting that used or involved an Uzi. So, I mean, right there, that's just an outright lie. It's misinformation. And although I'm completely open to listen to people's opinions on things, but what happens, and it happens on both sides, okay, I'm not going to lie, there's people very pro-gun who just spit out all kinds of random facts that aren't facts at all, just a bunch of BS. But it happens on the other side as well. And this is another example of that. They're putting out this strong message. You'd think they would do just a little bit more research. It looks like they spent a lot of time and effort on this. Who's the guy given the facts here because they screwed up? They screwed up on the facts. So that's not cool for their message, and it's not good for their cause. But furthermore, I just want to point out the overall deception here. You know, think about if you walked into a hardware store, okay, and you're going there to buy wood or some paint or something like that, and you walk in there and it looks legit, it looks like a hardware store. There's stuff all over the walls. You know, there's aisles, and then you talk to some guy and you say, hey, where's paint? What aisle is that in? And they say, hey, guess what? You know, people speed every single day, and babies die because of that. You know, and they're throwing some kind of like random political message at you, and you're like, you know, you may be, you know, hey, that sucks. You know, I don't want to see babies die because people are speeding, but that has nothing to do with what you went in there for. So that's very deceptive. I see this entire thing as an entrapment, and that's what I said before. Is I hope that the customers were actually actors here. And by the way, there's the one guy who I want to say is in the movie. I cannot for the life of me think of what he's in. He's not even like a B-list celebrity. If he is actually an actor, who I think he is, he might have been like an extra or something. But I swear to God, I recognize him. But anyway, if there are real people, I think that really sucks too, because they were deceived. They walked into that gun shop hoping to buy a gun, not get a message from someone about how bad guns are. So deception, lies, improper information. So anyway, you know what though? At the end of the day, they're very successful. They want to get a message out, and look what happened. It went viral. You know, and whether you think it was a great message or you think it was absolutely stupid, they made their point, and everyone heard about it. It's the shot heard worldwide. I mean, excuse the poor pun here. But there's no such thing as negative press. And as much as some people love the video, and as much as some people hated the video, we all saw it. So, you know, they did what they were intending to do. So anyway, I just want to do a little update on this. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. It's come, it's gone, whatever. There'll be something new next week. But I did want to make this video just to elaborate on some of the things that I noticed and some of the things other people noticed that I read about. I don't like the deceit. I don't like the you know, the facts that aren't really facts. I understand the message. You know, I'm not a cold person. I'm a very heartfelt person. And of course, you know, I don't want to hear about some kid getting his dad's gun out of the closet and shooting himself on accident. Those are horrific stories. But when they talk about this kind of stuff, they portray it like it's commonplace. You know, I watched another one of their videos. I think it's Monsters in the Closet or something like that. And it's this quick little cartoon thing, and the kid's trying to get the gun. You know, he keeps telling his parents there's monsters in the closet, monsters in the closet. Like, no, there's not. And then the scene goes, he's playing with the gun from the closet, shoots himself, or whatever. And then it fades out, and it's very dramatic, of course. And it says, like, 1.5 million kids go to bed every night with a loaded, unlocked gun nearby. You know, that's, again, a powerful message. But out of those 1.5 million kids, how many actually take that gun and hurt someone with it? Although there might only be a couple, those stories are still horrific. But the ratio of all the kids that nothing bad happens to the one or two that something does, it's such a large amount. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't agree with everything, you know, but you don't have to agree with me either. You know what I mean? You don't have to kiss my ass and tell me, you know, I'm awesome because I'm pro gun or whatever. We all have the right to our own opinions, and there's people watching this video who don't agree with me, and that's cool. You know what I mean? You have your opinion, I have mine. You know what I mean? If you have an opinion, I suggest getting a camera and making a video about it, because other people who agree with you will watch your video and they'll clap and say, yeah, I agree with you. You know. But you know, my original purpose was to just point out that I didn't like it personally. So anyway, you know, I made my points. So that's the last I'm going to talk about this subject. Speaking of guns, though, I do have some ammo coming in the mail. I have not gotten ammo in a very long time. I'll do an unboxing when that package comes. Some pretty cool deals. And that means when it gets warm out, there'll be some more shooting videos, which is awesome. But the guns will have to wait for a little while because I have more knife stuff to show you. And you know I love both. So back to knives. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.